Bridge Week is brand new. That's the first thing to say about it. We've never done it before. But it's a week which is the week that sits in between the end of trimester 1 and trimester 2. So it's not actually in taught time. It's a holiday week effectively. So if students want to, they can go home. They can do what they like. But it was an opportunity for us to free up all of the venues, the technical resource, and say to students, if you want to pitch an idea that you just need some resource, maybe a wee bit of money, come and try it out. So we've got lots of different projects, experimental projects, all sorts of things. But it's not assessed, that's the key thing, and it's come from the students.
I guess we were thinking about how we could collaborate with a group of music students, and what I'm quite interested in is taking something incredibly romantic and uplifting and putting it somewhere where that's not supposed to be.
Like just playing with the idea of like what's the right place for high art essentially, what's the right place for this kind of music, where is that supposed to be and who can access it, and just removing it from like the institutions that exist, just to see what that does.
It's an idea that you tell people about and they'll be like, huh, okay, like how are you going to do that? And I think it's very interesting when you see the result of it. It's just how to make the impossible idea happen, and I guess that's what we were trying to do, is to make something sensational exist.
It was a project that I looked at the proposal and thought, they'll never get permission to do that. On paper, that didn't look like it was going to go, but it has, and it's been great.
The project's all about bringing together several different forms of visual art and electronic art. So we've got projection and sound design, and then including it in this sort of community space.
Ripped is a surreal horror play. It was set in Victorian England, and it focused on the victims of Jack the Ripper, their lives. But because it was a horror, it did obviously include their deaths.
I think the most challenging thing was probably because we've had 5 days to do this. So everyone was just learning their lines. I didn't have as many lines as other people, and to be honest, I don't know how they managed. But it was also very fun because of that, because it made everything more concise, and it made a very cool project to work on, and just a great experience in general.
I liked the script. I liked how it was really factually accurate. So it felt that although it's a play and it's a dramatisation, it is based on real facts. And I really liked that. I'd never been involved in a show that was so kind of like this might have happened. And it might have happened this way.
Well, it's called Friction, and it's a film set in World War II Germany, and it focuses on 2 girls who've been locked up by this Nazi and their journey in this room.
Yeah, I sort of wanted to do something involving the relationship between 2 females in a difficult time period, and what better than World War II?
It's good because you're not limited by anything, so you're willing to take some risk and sort of push your craft in a sense.
I think that thing of being free from assessment is important. I mean, of course we all understand assessment matters when you're studying for a degree and all of that, but to be free from that sets you free of everything else, and you can just let your imagination and your ideas work. And it builds confidence, because when you start to see that your ideas actually work and that people are interested in them or entertained by them. That really builds your sense of yourself as an artist, doesn't it? And the other thing is, of course, the interdisciplinary nature of it. So students from different programmes working together and beginning to develop a respect for each other's discipline and understanding what that brings to the work. There are so many benefits, really.
Waves of Time is a collaboration between CPP, BMUS and MMUS, so me and a bunch of musicians.
Every musician has a slightly different way of working, and they need different things to feel comfortable in performance, and so I think my biggest challenge has been trying to be as helpful as possible to everybody.
Extracurricular, we're funded by the school to do projects that are completely our own, and it's just, there's no way to go wrong with that.
You know, all the time we have teachers, brilliant teachers around to guide us, but it's been a chance for us to really guide ourselves and put what we know to really into practice, you know, which is a brilliant opportunity.
Si l'enfant ne dort pas bien, which translates as if the child doesn't sleep well. It's a fairy tale that incorporates French song, English dialogue, and it's aimed at children to kind of incorporate the French language into theatre, to introduce them to it without them really knowing they're in a French lesson.
We were doing French song classes last year and we really enjoyed just doing the French repertoire. So we thought, as a way to kind of continue that and as a chance to get to know other people within the different departments in the Conservatoire, we thought, let's do something in Bridge Week. And because we're all in 4th year now and this is the first Bridge Week that there's been, you know, seize the day, it's the last chance we'll get to do something like this.
Actually, surprisingly, this show has gone quite smoothly.
That's right.
Yeah. It has become much bigger than we originally anticipated.
The ath.
We got the ath in the game. Yeah. This has been a great learning experience for all of us.
Everybody who's kind of worked on this project has been so helpful in bringing what they've learnt to the project. So we've really learnt from each other, which is such a cliche, but it's true.
It's true.
I hope that companies will be born from this, companies that will have a life beyond the Conservatoire. I think it's been phenomenal. The buzz is incredible. The feedback from students and from people who have seen all the projects, it's just terrific. And we know already, absolutely for certain, that we're going to be inundated with pitches next year. Astounding. Yeah, astounding.
Versatile, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory, so I'll just run away from that one.
Culmination, because this has been the culmination of my studies so far. We're at the end of the week and we've seen the culmination of our work this week.
Can I hyphenate?
Fun. You took mine. Stellar.
Inspiring.
Really inspiring.
Just always beat it.
Such fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Challenging, because essentially that's what it began as. It's a challenge to the students, and it was challenging.
I'll say educational. Please don't put any of that this time. Educational.
Yeah, Fun.
Yeah, magical.
Magical. Magical. I changed my word.
Interesting. You know, it's not something that I would usually do in my kind of day-to-day life, day-to-day practice, and so I think, yeah, it's been really quite interesting.
Interesting. Yes, one word. Fabulous.